Okay, everyone. So we start. We start next topic, which is topic 9, personal selling and direct marketing. This topic normally divided into two sessions. One is a personal selling session, and another one is a direct marketing session. We will see how we go for this topic 9. Uh, but if we will cover both in today's lecture, is going to be really long session. So we will see how fast we're going for personal marketing. I mean, personal selling. If we cover almost everything on time, personal selling, and then we may continue with the direct marketing. If it's not, then we cover only personal selling today, and the rest of which is direct marketing, we will cover next week. Next week
À,
Tuesday.
con sử dụng phần mềm này rồi.
Okay, so let's start with the personal selling. So personal selling. So you know what is the meaning of personal selling? Personal selling means product sold by people, like a salesman or saleswoman, right? Marketing people directly, people be involved in introducing product to the consumer face to face, right? So this is called personal selling, right? So what involves in personal selling? So what are the examples? Personal selling, or we can say that who do personal selling. So who do personal selling? So various people involved in this personal selling. So first of all are salespeople. Salespeople. So who are the salespeople? Salespeople are the people, we also call them order taker. Order taker. So these kinds of people, they normally directly face the consumer, right? And they much more involve in direct interaction with the people, building relations with the customer, and then normally they work on the counter, right? Order take, or the people work on the counter. On the counter means face to face. So this is called on the counter. Right? So okay. Now, uh, so keep in your mind, these salespeople could be more effective than the marketing, all right? Or no, not marketing, sorry, advertising. So these salespeople could be more effective on advertising. Why? Because when company make advertising, you're not able to get the response of the consumer, right? So even though you don't know consumer are watching your advertising or not, but if the salespeople, which is normally part of the marketing, so salespeople, we also call it direct marketing maybe, salespeople facing customer face to face, so that they can get very instant feedback from the customer. They can maybe influence customer to buy this product. They can convince customer to buy. So that's why salespeople are more effective than the advertising. So So they are more effective than the advertising. Okay. Okay. Next is managing sales force. How company manage sales force means salespeople. Uh, managing managing sales force. Sales force means salespeople. How we can manage them? So obviously, in manage them, uh, various things, making a strategies, recruiting them, selecting them, training them, right? Supervising them, evaluating them, right? How we can manage them? To the training, to the training, um, through supervising, and evaluating. So that things could be done in a managing. Okay. Now, uh, so this sales force. So let's talk about sales force. So these sales force normally divided into two parts. So we have two types of sales force. Two types of sales force. So the one is outside salespeople, outside salespeople, and inside salespeople. These outside salespeople basically, we involve in a field work, field work. So call on the customers. So they go and they meet a customer. Inside salespeople, they conduct sales from office. From office. So the best example is a sales assistant. Sales assistant. So they may give directions to the other salespeople, right? So they may give them some kinds of targets. They may give them some kinds of supervisions, right? So these kinds of people are inside salespeople. Right? So these are mainly the structure of sales force. Okay. Now next is how can we recruit and select salespeople? So recruiting and selecting salespeople. First was managing, one was managing sales, and the next one is recruiting salespeople. Recruiting salespeople or sales force. So when companies are recruiting sales force, they have to be very careful in a sales recruitment. So on the basis of, so make sure when company recruiting the sales people, company focus on those people who has potential to increase the sales of the company, right? So it's very important that salespeople these salespeople, the people they are recruiting, have a potential to, salespeople, make sure they have potential to increase the sales, increase the sales performance of the company. They have a high potential of sales performance. If you are, so this is one of the techniques to keep in mind at the time of recruiting salespeople. But if the people you are selecting, if they are not so effective, that means you're wasting resources, because you spend a lot of time and money to recruit the salespeople, and eventually that salespeople are not so productive for the company. As a result, companies are wasting resources. Company may fire them, right? But whatever time company have invested on those people, and finally they're not able to perform as company expected, company may ask them to leave. But company is wasting their resources, all right? Not just wasting of resources. May company have a bad relation with the customers, because as I said, salespeople are the people who directly facing the customers, right? So means they involve in building relations with the customer, customers. If they are not performance very well, so means maybe they're not going to have a long-term relation with the customer. Eventually we will lose the customers. So it's very important to recruit the customers. Next one is after recruiting, next is a compensating sales force. Compensating sales force. How can company compensate them? I think this is the same thing that we study in our management accounting. In management accounting, we study non-manufacturing cost. All right, and under non-manufacturing cost, we also look at selling and advertising cost. And in selling and advertising cost, last time when I explained to you, I give example of semi-variable cost. Semi-variable or semi-variable. Semi-variable or semi-fixed cost. Semi-variable and semi-fixed cost is the cost which is combination of variable cost plus fixed cost. Right? So generally the salary, so salary of salespeople, salary or the wages of salespeople, salary of sales force is a combination of two different types of cost, variable and the fixed. Right? Now, what is variable? Variable means when a company pay them money as per their targets. So if you want to sell more product, you will make more money. So we call them sales commission. Sales commission, it's a variable, right? And fixed cost, which is normally a fixed salary. Fixed salary. Right. So they may get commission. Obviously, salespeople, they are more likely to get commission because company want to motivate them so they can maximize their sales, right? So they can sell more product in order to get more money. So this is the variable cost. On the other hand, the company pay them monthly salary, which is a fixed salary for their salespeople every month. Right? So may company have some other kinds of benefits, could be a fringe benefits or extra benefits that company may give them, like a bonus or some other kinds of occasional occasional rewards for them or some other kinds of benefits, they can also get it. But generally, one of the major costs for company for these people are this variable cost and the fixed cost, fixed salary and the commissions. Okay, and the next one is supervising salespeople. Supervising sales force. So what is the main objective of supervisor? Supervisor, to explain them how to work smart. Work smart. All right. Not just simply a work smart. All right. Many sometimes, unfortunately, nowadays many people they think that if someone is smart means that person can cheat other people to make money. Right. So that's the meaning of smart. But unfortunately, that's not the meaning of smart actually. Work smart means obviously more outputs with the less inputs. You put less efforts to get the more output. That's the meaning of smart, right? So it means you maximize your output by using the same amount of inputs. All right, so that's called the work smart. Right? Not just only work smart. The supervisors guide their salespeople to do right thing in a right way, right? Right thing in a right way. Right thing means that's give benefits to the company, right? Right thing means doing right, you're doing a good job, right job. So it means giving some company benefits, company benefits, all right? And right way without cheating, without cheating, without cheating or following all the code of conducts of the company, following all the procedure, principles, rules, regulations, whatever rules, regulations company have. So following these rules, regulations, make sure they do the right thing. So that's normally company supervisors educate their salespeople. Right? So they're mainly looking for these kind of things. Right? Besides supervising, salespeople they have a compensations, right? So compensation means extra money. So what we discussed before, variable cost, commissions. So they can work extra to make money. Right? Besides that, sales morale. Morale, I think this is where we discussed here. Sales morale here, right? It's more ethics. Ethics. So make sure you're not doing anything that can damage the market reputations of the company. Right? So that may help company to make money, but obviously that money will be short term, like it's cheating a customer, right? Cheating customer is just a short term revenue, right? But in fact, in near future or in long run, such kinds of action may give a negative impacts on the market reputations of the company. So which is not really a smart way to do the sales. So the idea is that the major objective of salespeople is to build a long-term relations with the customers, because as I said, they are um, they are they are they are really important assets for the company. Right. Okay, so let's move on to the next, which is a personal selling process. So let's move on to the next, which is a personal selling process. So personal selling process means how these salespeople they work. So they acquire the customer. What is the process? What are the steps involved in a customer acquisition, right? Client acquisition. So this is called a personal selling process. So personal selling process. Personal selling process. So the first step of personal selling process is prospecting. Prospecting. In prospecting, identify the potential customer. So identification of potential customer. Identification of potential customer means, so their first step is to look for the potential customer, the customer who has a potential to buy this product, who is interested in this product. So how can you identify these potential customer? So you can identify potential customer doing various things. So first, so what are the sources you have to identify the potential customers, right? So sources involve a current customer or existing customer. Existing customer. Existing customer. So existing customer may give you some reference, right? So may you get some resource, some links from this customer who may help you to introduce other customers. Second one is your suppliers. Suppliers may help you to find a customers. Third one is the dealers. Dealers could be like a wholesalers or middleman or someone. Third one is the internet. So these are the very common way of finding the common customers. So this is your first process, which is identification of potential customer. Just find the potential customer. So once you identify the potential customers, then you have to analyze that customer. Analyze means whether this customer can buy or not. All right. So first of all, you have to find the interest of the customer. So that's the prospecting, finding the interested people, right? So once you already find the interested people, then you have to analyze those interesting people again, reanalyzing to select the other customers, I mean, to select the people, they have a more probability, more interest, not only the interest, make sure they have enough money or their resources to buy that product. So we're going to look at the various factors. So second step is a qualifying. Step 2 is a qualifying. Qualifying. So qualifying means identifying good customers. So identification and the screening screening. So screening of identified customers. So when you're gonna screen them, which factors you're gonna have a look. So you're gonna look various things. First of all, the financial ability. Financial ability. Financial ability means, do they have an ability to buy that product or not? They are financially strong or not. So they have to look at these things. Another thing is their volume of business. Again, the volume is the potential of the business. Is it really relevant or is it irrelevant business that they are doing? Or in other words, they can say that their needs. What is the need of that customers? Third thing is a location. Whether you can easily reach to that customers or not, or customer can reach to you or not. Customer are interested in your product, but you cannot reach there. So there is no any point, right? And finally is a growth potential. Growth potential involves to check whether this consumer has the ability to build a long-term relations with you or not. So that sounds really selfishness, but of course, but that's true, because company looking for their future benefits, not just simply sell product and bye-bye. No, they don't really do that. So the company believe in finding that this customer will come back again or not, or this customer is a regular requirements for that product, how often that customer is buying or not buying, right? So if that customer is like one-time customers, they are not consuming that product frequently, so company may not be interested to sell that product to that person, right? I'm not saying that customer will not sell. Company will sell it, but company may not pay more attention. Company likely to give more attention on those customers who are continuously demanding that product, who need that product on regular basis or continuously basis, or like frequent consumer of that product, right? So company give them company show them more interest in that people, right? So this is the qualifying. Third is the pre-approach. Third is a pre-approach. Pre-approach or pre-approaching. So this process is about learning about customer as much as we can. All right. So learning about customer as much as possible. So what we can learn about that customer, we can learn about the uh, the buyer characteristics or buyer style. Buyer style, or maybe characteristic. What buyer actually like, what buyer taste, in simple language. So it's very important to learn the buyer taste. So once you learn about what is buyer taste, you will provide the same product what buyer needed. So you will without giving some nonsense things and information, you straight away give that information to the buyer, right? So that's really time consuming, and of course consumer like it because you directly come straight to the point, right? So that's called the pre-approaching. Now, so now the question is, how can we get all this information like buyer designs, buyer style, buyer characteristics, buyer taste? How can we recognize all these things? We can recognize all these things by doing various things, such as you can give them personal visit. You can give them phone calls, or any kinds of letter, and as per their reactions you will note down that, right? So yes, you have to be really quick on these kind of things, because you may not see that person again, right? So when you are facing that consumer, you have to realize, you have to know the taste of the consumer in the process of discussing. All right. So for example, have you ever seen that sometime you go to the shop and you give your specifications to the customers? I'm looking for this type of product, and if you are a good seller, so you will analyze what is the customer taste. All right. You may not have exactly same product what customer is asking for you, but once you already understand what customer taste is, then you're gonna provide them a similar product with the better characteristics, similar product with the better design or a better price, better quality. So that will give really positive impact on the consumer. But again, you have to be very immediate. You have to be very quick. All right. Very instant feedback, instead of just saying that no, we don't have. So when customer come and ask you, do you have this one, then don't just say that no, I don't have. So you just request customer to explain what exactly customer is looking for. All right. So and when customer is explaining, you at the same time you analyzing, try to analyze what's customer taste, what customer preference. Right. So after analyzing, when customer finish his or her request, and then you make your decision, maybe yes or no. If no, obviously you will sell no, if you have no any close substitution of that product, right? If you have close substitution of that product, then you will offer that product to the customers, right? With better better dialogues, with um, better gestures. So that's really important, right? Okay, next is a approach. Approach also another one. So approach, this is pre-approach, this is approach. Under approach, you try to make a relationship. How can you build a relationship with customers? Through the meet and greet. So 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 you greet and meet. So may you frequently meeting the customers, right? So some building a relationship on frequent basis. You keep in touch with that customer, not just simply meet in form of in person, but you can meet with that customers, um, get in touch with that customers. Right? So by giving them phone calls, by giving them emails or messages, right? And greet. That's obviously that's really important. That's kind of like very sweet and nice gesture from the seller if seller is involved in any kinds of greeting with the customers, right? Next, number 5. Number 5 is handling objections. Handling objections. Now, what is handling objection? Um, okay, now that's very interesting. Handling objection. Handling objection means when you are offering a product to the customers and customer has an objection on that product, right? For example, you are going to buy a TV. Let's say you last you're going to buy a TV, let's say Sony TV, and last time you bought TV Samsung, and you have a bad experience with Samsung, right? So you go to the shop to buy a Sony TV, but salesperson is offering you to buy a Samsung. But I don't know what is the reason. The reason maybe they don't have Sony, right? Or maybe he has a better commissions on Samsung, selling Samsung. So in this situation, what customer will do? Customer said, no, I don't want to buy Samsung because I have a previous experience, bad experience with Samsung. So this is called objection. You try to find a problem that when the consumer find a problem in a product, right? So maybe not on the basis of the previous experience, by looking at the product, right? So sometimes when some consumers when they look at the product, they start saying that, oh no, this product is like this product is like this, I don't think so, this product will be so durable, or blah blah blah, this and that. So now this is called the objection. So now what is the job of marketing people? Marketing people job is not to cheat the customers by lying to the customers, but of course that person must have a very smart handling skills for that kind of objection. This is called handling objection. How can we solve the problem? What problem consumer is telling you towards your product, right? So first of all, you have to be positive, right? You have to be positive. So be positive. So be positive means if consumer is saying that, oh yes, this product is don't be try to start just immediate agree with this. Yes, you are right. This product is very bad, this and that. So many customers also complaining. So I don't know, because I'm not a boss, I'm not a manufacturer, I'm just a salespeople. Right? So don't be like this. All right. So you have to be really in a positive way. You have to take that problem in a positive way. All right. Don't start saying that no, you are a customer, but you are a bad customer. You shouldn't say that, because many customers, they already bought this product. You shouldn't complain about this product. If you don't want to buy, just go. So that's really kind of negative gestures for the consumers. Right? So you have to be really positive. All right. Second one is ask. What are the objections? Ask for objections. Ask for objection means you are offering a product to the customers, and customers said that no, I don't like this product. All right. If customer says I do not like this product, then you have to ask, why don't you like this product? What are the bad about this product? Have you ever bought it before? If you bought it before, where did you buy it? I bought from this place, right? And what kind of problem did you encounter, right? So if you had this kind of problems, did you go back to the company to talk about that problem? Because sometimes, unfortunately, let me give you my example. Right? So let's say a few years back, I bought a TV. So that TV was a Samsung company TV, and the TV, because some technical problems, technical issues happened with that TV. So after 1 year, TV screen has some kinds of sports, some kind of line, or maybe, I don't know, some technical issues. So I tried to call these Samsung companies, and then they they come to take the TV, and then they took the TV and then said, oh, we will fix for you. And then, because my TV wasn't get warranty period, they said, oh, we will fix that TV, and then we will return back to you TV after a couple of days or a couple of weeks. I said, okay. And a few days later, they call us and say, oh, these kinds of problems, we cannot fix it. So instead of fix this problem, we are offering you new TV. Right? So they give me a new TV that I wasn't really expecting. But it doesn't mean that the TV has a problem, company has a problem. Well, because sometimes the product is a faulty product, right? And then you are unlucky, so you get that product. But again, company has very fair policy for that product. So company will offer you a different product. All right. So the idea is that if any kinds of consumer is if objecting the product, saying that I don't like this product, then you have to go in very detail. What are the reasons? Like, for example, if someone will ask me, what do you think about Samsung company, Samsung TV? I said, it's good. They are good. Even though I had a bad experience, but it doesn't mean that company treat me very bad. Obviously not. Company treat me very nice and some kind of like fair dealing with me. All right. So this is very important to know what was the problem and what did you do. All right. I bought TV. TV has a problem. I threw away. I did not call back company because this TV is very bad. Company is very bad. No, this is not the way to judging the companies. All right. So you have to go in very detail, and then as per companies things, and then you have to reply, or you have to answer the company's question. Right. Okay. Another one is if the consumer is giving you any kinds of objection, take this objection as an opportunity to explain further about that product. If customer is telling you anything about that product which is not really nice, so you consider this is the opportunity for you to convert these bad things in a good things, in a good way. So of course you have to be very educative about that product. You must have a very good knowledge about that product. That's the meaning of you're a good salesperson, right? Every small thing about that product, not just a small thing about the history of the product or experience of the other consumer about that product. All right. So every detail info, if you have every detail information, you will be able to handle objections very good, right? So convert objections into opportunity. All right. Again, this objection into opportunities could be done through if you have a detailed evaluation for that product. All right. And then once you convert the objections into opportunity, then it's easy to sell that product. All right. So Once you identify that, how can I define this product in the right way? If you're able to define this product with the positive things, then good, you can sell that product, right? So this is the thing that we have to do that. Next is a closing, number 6. Number 6 is a closing. Now, what is a closing? Closing means when salesperson get the final gestures from the consumer, body language or facial expressions or the objections or some kinds of like mood for that product. So this is called a closing. So closing involve recognize the signals. Recognize the signals. Recognize the signals from customers. From customers. Still, I remember when I was a student. Sometimes me and my friends, sometimes we go for buy some shoppings, like to buy some shoes or some t-shirts or some jeans. So at that time, in my city, we didn't have any kinds of malls, so we just have a shops. So we go to the shop and we ask them to show the product, and then we buy it. But I wasn't really good at bargaining. But I always try to take my friends to go with me to do some shopping for me. So of course I'll pay for it, and then they will do some kinds of negotiation, some kind of bargaining. And it's to be very honest, because I was a finance student, I was an accounting student, and I have, because in university you have many majors like accounting major, finance major, marketing major, human resource major, and IT major. And of course we have a friends in all classes, because first year we all study together, and then later on we go in a separate major. So we know each other very well, so because we are friends. So I always try to ask my marketing friends, and I asked them. I said that I want to go buy some stuff for myself. So please, can you come with me to some kinds of negotiation? And I also used to give them as a task. I said, okay, you are a marketing student. So I want to see how good you are in a marketing and how good you are in negotiation, because marketing means negotiations. Like obviously in Asian countries, most of businesses are conducted on the shops and things. So people, they go and they buy it. They really believe and they really like to do marketing, especially in China, India, or maybe in Vietnam too. So I always bring my friend to go to buy some product. And still I remember, whenever I bring my friend, of course I have a good friend in marketing. So whenever I ask him to go with me, and he always tell me one thing. He said, Sumit, if you like anything, any product, any t-shirt or any shoes, if you like it, you have to show you don't like it. All right. So he gave me one tip, and that tip always worked. He said that your face expression, your body language, your emotion, you have to really control it. If you really like any shoe, don't show in front of seller that I like that shoe. All right, just you have to show, okay, I don't really like it, but if you reduce the price, I may buy it, but I don't really like this product. Again, same objection. So I will create some kinds of objection for that product. Oh, this product is this. So that's what we always do that. And then he start doing negotiation and start talking, and take like sometime negotiation goes like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. They are just negotiating, and I'm just waiting to get my product. So that's what I learned from him. So, and then that's the meaning of actually this is the skills of the seller. Seller, by looking at the body language of the customer, seller can understand what is the feeling of this customer to buy that product. If customer is so excited, so happy for that product, showing so much interest in that product, uh, uh, consumer seller will be confident for that product. All right. But of course, this kind of technique that I give example, this kind of technique don't work for the malls, of course, because in the malls the prices are fixed. It's very exceptional case that the shops in a mall, they will reduce the price unless there is a Black Friday or any other offers they have. But generally, bargaining never work in a malls. But normally bargaining works on the retails shops in a small markets or kind of some other vendors, right? So that's called the recognize the signal from the customer. It's very important to get the signals, whether physical actions, so normally physical actions or facial expressions or their words, their statement, all right? So their objections also give us some kind of indications to the seller to to judge the consumer, whether consumer will buy or just waste of time, right? So that's very important, right? Uh, and next is a follow-up, number 7. Number 7 is a follow-up. Now, what is the meaning of follow-up? In the follow-up, salesperson wants to know the customer satisfaction. So follow-up, obviously, after sales services. Follow-up is after sales. It's after sales. So once, not after sales services, just after sales. Once seller already sold that product to the customer, seller wants to know the satisfaction of that customer, whether customer is satisfied or not, right? Satisfaction. Satisfaction or not. So satisfaction is very important, all right? So through the satisfaction, sellers can understand whether we can build long-term relations or not. If the consumer is satisfied, there is a high probability that customer will come back again, all right? But if the satisfaction level is low, or some kind of negative feedback for that product, so there's a less probability that customer will come back. Obviously, that customer will switch to the other product, all right? Like for example, sometimes we go to some restaurants. Like for example, normally I go to one restaurant in District 2, which is a Indian restaurant. So that restaurant food is obviously very good, but their service is great. So after finish meal, every time, not only me, every time that I have seen that they go to every customer table by table and they ask customer how was the food, how it was so spicy, because not only Indian, some other Vietnamese or some other foreigners, they also go there to eat. So they always come and they ask customer to customer. So if, like for example, if the customer, like 3 people are sitting, they ask what is your opinion. Sometimes people bring their kids and they say how was the taste for the kids, if kids feel so spicy or not, this and that, blah blah blah. And yeah, so they're not just simply offering a food. They go there and they ask individual customer, did you like that food, anything you want us to improve? Even in fact they also ask like that. So means very quite generous or quite straightforward about, in other words, we can say they're so professional, so confident for their services, the food they are providing to the consumer. So that's also called the follow-up. It's very important. And then and sometimes if some consumer say that no, sorry, the food was very spicy, and what they do, they give some kinds of complimentary sweet dish. So that kind of sweet dish keep you happy too, right? So that's also happened, and sometimes it's also happened. Like I have experienced is some Australian restaurants, when you go over there, when you order a food, but the food quality is not so good. What they do, they replace that food with the new food without um, without charging extra money. All right. So that's kind of like, for example, some restaurants, they use the homemade sauce, and after you eating that sauce, and you said, oh, I think that sauce was too salty and sauce was too spicy, it wasn't really good. I have experienced this sauce in other restaurants, they were very nice. So sometimes they give 5 or 10% discounts to the consumer because consumer complain about that product. Or sometimes some consumer complain about the service. Oh, your food was too delayed, I was waiting here from like 45 minutes, but my food hasn't come, this and that. Sometimes restaurants crowded, so they cannot like follow up all the consumers on time. So that's why some restaurants, they try to reduce the price of the product, like giving some kinds of discounts to the consumer, because they wait and they start complaining. So that's also it's a negative feedback from the customers. Again, genuine feedback, not the bad customers. Of course, they understand who is genuine and who is not genuine. So the feedback is negative from the customer, but still, when they are giving 5 or 10% discount, is giving some kind of like fair treatment. uh, Feelings come in a heart of customers. The food comes so late, so that's why they reduce 5 or 10% price of the food, and that's also, still consumer is complaining, but consumer will come back again. So that's also part of this kind of follow up process, right? So this is called personal selling process. In personal selling process, um, we have one more. I think that's all for the personal selling process. So personal selling process is finished, right? So it means this topic, uh, this topic, this topic means this part, personal selling. This one is finished, all right? So let's move on to the direct marketing. So we can continue direct marketing now. Before we move on to direct marketing, anybody has any question? Okay, so no questions. So let's move on to the next, direct marketing. Next topic. Now is direct marketing. So again, topic 9, direct marketing. Right. So let's start with the direct marketing. What is direct marketing? Direct marketing means directly connection with the customer, in which seller or marketing people, they carefully uh, consider all the requests of the consumer and try to build a long-term relation with the consumer. Right? So direct marketing is a process. Direct marketing is a process in which seller or salesperson, seller um, carefully target the individual customer, right? And try to get immediate response. Right. So like, for example, direct in simple language, direct marketing means face-to-face selling. Right? This is called direct marketing. Advertising means on TV or some other platforms. Like yesterday in the previous lecture, we look at the various forms of advertising. Right? So like, for example, radios, or maybe internets, or TVs, posters, pictures, or newspapers. Like, so these are the marketing. Oh, sorry, advertising, and this is the marketing, direct marketing, when consumer facing the seller face to face, right? So this is called a direct marketing. Like sometimes we go to the mall and they have a massage machines, and then they start doing marketing for their massage machines. So what they try to do. So each one person target only one consumer. So that's what they say. Carefully target the individual consumers, right? So one customer, one time. They do not try to explain 3 or 4 different customers together, right? So because they carefully focusing on the customers, and then they, of course, they want to know the response of the customers. So that's normally happen in a direct marketing. You can get the immediate response from the consumers, unlike advertising, right? Now, what are the good things of direct marketing for buyers, right? Benefit to buyers. What are the benefits to the buyer? Benefit to buyer, first thing is ready to access many products. You can access in a variety of the products, right? Second thing is you can able to get the comparative characteristics. Comparative characteristics. So if you are a buyer, you can say that, oh, this another company is also selling the same product, but with the same price, with the different features, different design, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And then seller or whoever is selling, who is involved in the direct marketing will respond to you. So this is the good thing about the buyer, great opportunity to compare this product with their competitor, whoever is selling in a market. So that's the good for the buyers, right? So these are the benefits to the buyer. Now let's have a look benefit to the seller. Benefits to the sellers. So what are the benefits to the seller? First thing is a low cost, right? Compared to advertising, it's cheaper. Second thing is a fast. Fast means you are going to the consumer. Consumer is not coming to you, so it's fast, right? Reaching a consumer come to you, consumer may not, or in time consuming, weight or distance, and so many issues, right? It's these kind of things are very flexible. You can change it. Product feature has been changed, and you can quickly change your marketing things. But advertising, product feature has been changed, you have to reshoot, that advertising campaign, right? And of course, cost effective. This one is a cost effective. Now, what are the forms of direct marketing? How can we do direct marketing? What are the forms and what are the channels of direct marketing? Forms and channels of direct marketing. So first of all is a personal selling. Personal selling. We already discussed, which is called sales force, salespeople. Already discussed. Second is a direct mail. Direct mail marketing. Direct mail marketing means when you are offer any kinds of you give any kinds of offer, any announcements, or any kinds of reminders to the consumer. Any kinds of offer you give to the consumer, any kinds of announcement, right, or reminder. Reminder. So these are things involved in a direct marketing. Third kinds of marketing is or direct marketing is a catalog. Catalog marketing. Catalog marketing could be a printed or web-based catalog, website-based catalog. Next is a telephone or telemarketing. Telemarketing. Like on our TV, if you have a cable TV, you can see that there is a one special channel only for telemarketing. All the time they are doing some marketing, maybe mobile phones, maybe, I don't know, omega-3 capsules, or any kinds of juicers, any kinds of shoes, right, toys, right. All the time they're just doing some kinds of telemarketing, and they're giving some kinds of phone numbers and contact number, too many numbers on the screen, and so on. So that's also telemarketing, right? So you directly that's telemarketing, marketing on TV, but marketing on TV, right? So these telemarketings could be on phone as well, right? On TV like a teleshopping, right? Teleshopping. And that's telemarketing, telephone or something. So that's on the phone. Phone means you give them call, right? You give them call and you announce. And I guess maybe sometime you also get some kinds of random calls from internet companies or some banks or some others, real estates, right? So various numbers, maybe sometime we get it time to time. This is also called a marketing. Normally in that marketing, they use the toll-free numbers. Like for example, here, as I said, toll-free number, TOL. Toll-free number. Toll-free number, they're giving some kind of numbers. If you call that numbers, you don't have to pay any money. It's free. So this is called a telemarketing. Next one is a DRTV. That's advertising, actually. They call it marketing. DRTV. DR stands for Direct Response Television Marketing. Right? DRTV marketing. So it's like 60 seconds to 120 seconds commercials. You make it and you advertise the people, right? So that's DRTV. Next one is kiosk marketing. Kiosk marketing. What is kiosk marketing? Kiosk marketing means they do marketing on any kinds of public places, right? And not just only the marketing, but people have access to the product right away, right? Best example is a vending machines, right? Like it's Coca-Cola company. So they are set up their vending machines on the various public places, maybe the bus stops, maybe on airports, I don't know, some other places in the mall or other places. This is called kiosk marketing, right? So information and order machines. Marketing means, so this kiosk marketing, information and ordering machine. Ordering or purchasing machines, that could be vending machines. So that you can do that. For example, let me give example. In Dubai, now they have a vending machine for gold coins. It means gold. You can buy gold through a vending machine. So you insert the money in a vending machine and you select what size of how many grams of gold you want to buy it, and then you press it, and after inserting money, gold coin will be out. Right? Gold coins or kinds of gold brick, very small one. We don't call it brick, but yes, but gold coin is the right. So so various kinds of things, like for example in Japan, there's a vending machine for ice creams. Very strange. So various things people can apply. So this is called the kiosk marketing. Okay, now let's move on to the next, which is a form of direct marketing. Form of direct marketing. Forms of direct marketing. So it has various forms of direct marketing, such as mobile phone marketing, mobile phone marketing. Second one could be podcast marketing, broadcast, and interactive TV. Interactive TV. So mobile phones. Mobile phones, caller tunes. I don't know, you know caller tunes or not? Yes, you know caller tunes. So when you call someone, it's music or any kinds of things. That's also a form of direct marketing, like as, I don't know, like as Vodafones, right? No, Vodafone, sorry. Mobiphones. So like Mobifone, if you pay, they are sometimes some Mobifone companies, they're giving the free caller tunes to someone. If you're gonna give me a call, you listen certain kinds of advertisement from the company instead of ringtone, instead of the caller tune, instead of the regular tune of the call, you will listen to music or any kinds of tagline from that company, right? So that's called the mobile phone. We have another things is yeah. So normally this is very common kinds of mobile phone marketing company apply. Right? Podcast. Uh, broadcast. They are basically um, audio and video files. So podcast is a audio and broadcast is a video. So audio and video file. Audio and video file about company marketing, and people can install that audio video files in their iPod. Right? So that's also we can download that audios and video files, and then we can listen what companies advertising through these kinds of files. That's very kind of old technology. So nowadays less likely to use it. Okay. So interactive TV, it's interactive TV means they do some kinds of marketing. I think it's also kind of a teleshopping, but not just simply a teleshopping. Interactive TV means they are giving the host, the VJ is talking something about that product, and side by side they are giving some kinds of phone numbers. If you call right now and if you answer 5 questions, you're gonna get some discounts for this kind of product and this and that. So that's called interactive TV. Interactive TV means live interaction with the consumer. All right, of course, by giving them a toll-free number, so you can call them and you can interact, and you can on the phone. They're going to ask you some question. If you answer this question, you're going to have a free product or 10% discount, 20% discount, or 40% discount. That's kind of strategies they apply in these interactive TV, right? So I think that's all for today. But this topic hasn't finished yet, right? So still we have internet part, internet and the marketing that we're gonna have a look in very detail. So that's gonna be very long because most of companies, they start using their marketing through the internet, play a very important role. And at the end of this lecture, we will also talk about some kind of public policies over the marketing. Public policies involve any kinds of fraud, any kinds of deceptions, fake calls, and anything that may try to deceive the consumer. Right? So that's all for this topic. So anybody has any question regarding this topic? Any question, yes or no? No question. No question. If no questions, then we stop here. All right. So I'll see you soon. Thank you.